Hi, this is Randy Schooneman with Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is September 9th, 2017. We're going to do a mainline inspection at 15 West Liberty Avenue and in Spokane, Washington. Right now I'm out about 90 feet 3 inches from the cleanout that I'm working through in the basement. This particular line has been cabled right here about 3 times. I was out here earlier and cabled, gosh, I think I probably got about 5 passes into this line. Got tied up a couple of times pretty severely, switched tips to a diamond blade, pulled out a monstrous root about the size of my index finger or thumb in diameter. So pretty large diameter root. Wanted to get my camera out here because when you have roots that big, you typically have a some sort of compromise in the pipe to allow something that big in. Before we get started, I'm right here at a blockage of roots. You can see here where my cable has gotten through on one side. I've got this area marked. It's at the sidewalk. It's 4 feet 7 inches from the surface of the sidewalk, marked with white paint appropriately. Before we get much further, aspect-wise, the bottom of the pipe is always going to be where the light is at. My camera sits at the bottom of the pipe, and there's some remnant water here. You'll see this move around a bit as we pull back through elbows and so forth, but I'm going to take a look at the rest of this. You can see still a lot of root intrusions, and again, this part of the pipe has been cabled 3 times. Closer parts of the pipe have been cabled 5 times. Large root masses in here still. Right here we have, yep, I thought we had a break, but it looks like it's just, in fact it could be, we're in ceramic tile right now. I'm kind of curious about that left-hand side of the pipe at the bottom part of the screen. Continuing to pull back, still a lot of roots. Difficult to believe that this has been cabled so many times. You can see some of my cable marks in the debris in the pipe. Another large, sizable root intrusion. We just passed the 80-foot mark and we're continuing to pull back. Coming up on 70 feet. Yeah, here we've got a little nice-looking hub except for the separation and all the root growth around it. 70 feet right here. We're getting into kind of a flatter section of pipe where the solids and water don't flow through very well. You can see more swirl marks there. Bottom of the pipe is switched to the upper right-hand corner, upper part of the screen. Coming up on 60 feet here. More water in the bottom of the pipe indicating kind of bad grade. Here's our 60-foot mark here. Continuing to pull back. Leftover root intrusion. More roots at that hub. More roots at this hub. Right here at about, this is 52 feet. We come through this area and then we drop underwater. It's hard to know the depth of this. I can tell you my camera head is 1.25 inches in diameter, almost 1.5 inches. We are completely underwater here. This is at 52 feet is where it begins to end. Tough to know the condition of the pipe in this area. Right here we start pulling out of the, I thought we were going to pull out of the water, but we still have some there. Here we're out of it at about 44 feet, so you've got about a 10-foot long, what we call a belly. It's an area where you have positive grade instead of a negative grade where fluids can drain out of the sewer line. It has to drain uphill. This is an area where solids will accumulate, the solids will settle, the water drains out, and you end up with a huge sludge backup. Coming up on 40 feet here fairly quickly. There's another root intrusion. This close to the house, we've worked through this quite a few times. Here we are at 40 feet dropping into another belly, completely underwater. And here at 37 feet we are out of it. Root intrusions left over at just about every hub. Some more swirl marks in the sludge here. Have a hole in the top of the pipe right here. This is about 31 feet 10 inches out. Has some roots growing through it. Bottom of the pipe. Right here, looks like it's in the upper left-hand corner. Right here there was a 4-inch Y put in for a clean out. They never put a clean out in. Typical practice back then, believe it or not, was to put a coffee can over the 4-inch hub of this fitting. And now you can see we have some pretty impressive roots growing in through that. Coming up on 20 feet here. Here's the 20-foot mark right here. Continuing to pull back towards the cleanout we're working through. Again, this is all ceramic tile pipe. Very unusual for 1947, but good to see. Much more serviceable than Orangeburg, which was the customary pipe to have installed then. Let's see, right here. Oh yeah, another elbow. Another leftover root intrusion. Continuing to pull back. Right here, I'm going to mark this. We go from ceramic tile. Right here we have another pretty significant separation. And from here we're in iron pipe. I'm going to pause this. This is 5 feet out. I'm going to mark this because this is where you'll want to tie on with your replacement line. And then once I get this marked, we'll resume our video inspection.